Let's step back into the 2000s, an era where the world was rapidly transforming under the influence of groundbreaking technology, political shifts, and evolving cultural narratives. It was a time of uncertainty and excitement, a perfect backdrop for the resurgence of one of history's most intriguing mysteries, the Illuminati. Once a discreet Enlightenment-era group, the Illuminati suddenly found itself in the limelight, evolving into a symbol of intrigue and conspiracy that captivated global attention. The 2000s were weird and wild with all of the Illuminati panic, and I just find it so fascinating. So I wanted to go back to this decade to uncover how the Illuminati, armed with this historical mystique, made such a dramatic comeback. To fully grasp the Illuminati's resurgence in the 2000s, we need to journey back to its origins. The Illuminati was founded in 1776 in Bavaria by Adam Weishaupt, I think that's how you pronounce it, a professor of law. What shocked me is that this group, from everything I've read, had very noble intentions and goals that were rooted in Enlightenment ideals. They sought to promote free thought, challenge religious dogma, and they did influence political decisions to reflect their progressive values. However, the group was very short-lived. The Bavarian government disbanded the Illuminati because they felt so threatened by its growing influence and potentially radical ideas. The demonization of secret societies like the Illuminati began post-1789, following the French Revolution. These theories initially depicted the Illuminati as destructive agents rather than power seekers. Next thing. I'm going to tiptoe around this as best I can, as carefully as I can. But by the 19th century, the narrative surrounding the Illuminati began to intertwine with some shanty Shemitic tropes, if you're picking up what I'm throwing down there. And this was largely due to the spread of fabricated texts. I will allow you to connect the dots there on your own. The Illuminati were increasingly depicted as not just disruptors, but as part of a broader Jewish conspiracy for global domination. And this marked a significant change in the portrayal of the Illuminati, from a group focused on Enlightenment ideals to a clandestine, power-hungry cabal. For over a century, the Illuminati remained largely dormant in public consciousness, but this obscurity was drastically transformed in the 20th century, especially during the Cold War era when conspiracy theories really began to flourish. The Illuminati was reimagined as a shadowy organization, a puppeteer orchestrating significant global events from behind the scenes. It was no longer a group of Enlightenment thinkers. Instead, it morphed into a symbol of hidden global power, control, and manipulation. Illuminatus by Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson, published in the 1970s, marked a turning point in the modern perception of the Illuminati. The novel, through its satirical treatment of conspiracy theories, inadvertently popularized the notion of the Illuminati as a shadowy, omnipotent group. This depiction was further cemented by popular media and internet culture. The 1990s and early 2000s saw an explosion of interest in secret societies and esoteric knowledge. This was partly fueled by books like Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, which played with themes of hidden knowledge and secret organizations. This environment set the stage for the Illuminati's dramatic comeback in the public imagination during the 2000s. The society, once a footnote in history books, was now at the center of these elaborate conspiracy theories. They were discussed in online forums, depicted in movies, and referenced in music. This period witnessed the Illuminati being attributed to almost mythical powers, controlling everything from financial systems to political events and even influencing pop culture. Its historical roots were overlooked and sometimes reinterpreted entirely to fit contemporary narratives, turning the Illuminati into this versatile, omnipresent boogeyman for the modern age. And I know that probably sounds like I have my head in the clouds and I don't believe believe that anything crazy, nasty, weird is going on. Not true. Hear me out. If you are so kind as to let me get to my conclusion, you will see that I have my own tinfoil hat to put on. But until then, here we find ourselves smack dab in the middle of a Lady Gaga video. In the 2000s, many public figures and high-profile celebrities were accused of being a part of the Illuminati, often based off of their prominence, influence, and the use of certain symbols in their work. These accusations were largely driven by conspiracy theorists who interpreted various aspects of pop culture and public events as evidence of the Illuminati's involvement. The music industry was particularly instrumental in popularizing the Illuminati mythos. High-profile artists and celebrities were often at the center of Illuminati conspiracy theories. Music videos, lyrics, and public personas of artists like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Lady Gaga were dissected by fans and conspiracy theorists alike, looking for supposed symbols of the Illuminati, from the all-seeing eye to pyramidal hand gestures, much like, Rock Nation's symbol. These references, whether intentional or interpreted, fed into the narrative of the Illuminati as puppeteers of the entertainment industry. In addition to symbols, certain events were also interpreted as Illuminati rituals or messages. For example, large-scale events like the Super Bowl halftime shows, where artists like Madonna and Katy Perry performed, were scrutinized for supposed Illuminati symbolism and themes. Films and television series also started weaving Illuminati themes into their plots. Even video games contributed to the mystique. Games featuring secret societies and hidden agendas offered an interactive way for players to engage with the concept of the Illuminati, further embedding it into popular culture. The widespread representation of the Illuminati led to a normalization of the conspiracy theory. The 2000s, therefore, marked a significant period where the Illuminati became not just a topic of fringe conspiracy theories, but a staple of mainstream culture. It is important to note that these accusations and theories lacked credible evidence and were often based on misinterpretations or sensationalism. The symbols in question have a wide range of historical and cultural meanings, and are pretty commonly used in art and entertainment. The association with the Illuminati in the 2000s reflects more of the era's conspiracy culture and the human tendency to find patterns and connections even when there are none than it does about any actual secret societies, in my opinion. I talk about this human tendency a lot. I talked about it in my Hope Diamond video, my Friday the 13th video. I just find it so fascinating, and it's not a dig, I swear. I'm not like judging people for having conspiracy theories. Well, to a degree. I cannot get behind the birds aren't real movement. I'm sorry. But seriously, I do it too. I know this video makes it seem like I am above it all or better than. I'm not. I have my own weird, wacky theories, as I mentioned, and I spend every second of every day finding patterns and connections. So I'm in it. Circling back to the point, which is the why. Why was there a surge of Illuminati panic in the 2000s? And again, this is just my personal opinion. I could be way off. I probably am. I like to overanalyze a little bit, and I have to make everything way too deep. So, grain of salt. But I believe it can be attributed to several interrelated factors. The first and the most obvious being the interwebs. The late 2000s witnessed an exponential growth in internet use and the rise of social media platforms. This digital revolution made it easier for conspiracy theories to spread rapidly and reach a wider audience. The Illuminati, as a subject of long-standing conspiracy theories, the OG of conspiracy theories, naturally found a renewed and more amplified presence online. Adjacent to this, or sort of like an asterisk underneath this idea, the rise of internet meme culture also contributed to the spread of Illuminati references. Often used in a humorous or ironic context, these memes, in their own unique way, also helped embed the concept of the Illuminati in popular consciousness, even among those who might not take the conspiracy theories seriously. The late 2000s were also marked by significant economic turmoil, most notably the 2008 global financial crisis. Such periods of economic instability often lead to a rise in conspiracy theories. You may or may not have witnessed this recently. This can happen because many people seek to make sense of complex events and find scapegoats. Yes, the world falling apart is very hard for us to comprehend. So to help our brains unpack this, we decide that Beyoncé is a shapeshifter.
Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess.
And that water is turning the friggin' frogs gay.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs.
The Illuminati, as a supposed secretive and powerful group, fit neatly into narratives that explain global economic crises as the result of malevolent hidden forces. Of course, politics, everyone's favorite subject, played a role. Quite a big role, because at this time there was a lot of political shifts and a growing distrust with not just governments but institutions in general. I know there's always been that distrust, but it felt like this really spiked in the 2000s. And this environment fostered a breeding ground for theories that postulated the existence of controlling elite groups like the Illuminati. Obviously, as I mentioned in the beginning, conspiracy theories have always been a thing. They've always been there. And this era saw the evolution of conspiracy theories into a more modern form. Traditional conspiracy theories were adapted to contemporary concepts, incorporating elements like technology and globalism, which made them more relatable to the folks of the 2000s. And finally, the aftermath of the September 11th attacks in 2001 had a lasting impact on the collective psyche, especially in terms of questioning official narratives and the potential for hidden agendas in global events. Personally, I view the concept of the Illuminati as sort of a catch-all term for the proverbial boogeyman of power and control, rather than a literal secret society orchestrating global events through, cryptic hand gestures or strange, sinister rituals. The idea of an omnipresent, omnipotent group like the Illuminati seems a bit too extreme to me, almost like a bit cartoonish. Maybe I'm just super naive. But you are not going to get me to believe that the most rich, powerful, the biggest egos in the world all gather together and come to an agreement about fucking anything. However, it is not far-fetched at all to acknowledge that there are several people who misuse their significant amount of power. I absolutely believe that favoritism, hazing, and very strange behaviors exist in highfalutin societies. And here's my tinfoil hat moment. I have a very I think controversial opinion that is not popular at all. A hot take, but I'm gonna toss it at you anyway. I believe that every celebrity let me amend this take actually. I believe every B-list to A-list celebrity have done horrible things to get where they are. And allow me to clarify, because this isn't as intense as it may come off. First of all, I don't judge these celebrities for doing these awful things within reason, of course. Obviously, there are really unethical behaviors, and then there are actual crimes. And I am referring to the former. My first point rolls into my second point, and those unethical behaviors that I was speaking of are what you and I, me and you, would consider horrendous, completely fucked up, completely harsh behaviors. But I fully understand that this unethical, horrific behavior is the norm out there in Hollywood. It still doesn't make those behaviors right, but the setting isn't exactly a moral playground. I know that sounds like a justification, but I almost see it as I just don't care. It's sort of a radical acceptance. I can be a major fan, for example, I am a Swiftie. That may be revoked after I say what I'm going to say, but I don't think it's that bad. I don't care beyond a certain human level about these people. I know that sounds really awful. Of course, Hollywood gossip drama. Very entertaining, but I don't care. Even if you and I and other fans view them as amazing and wonderful, I'm still very well aware that not only are these celebrities who they have just different guidelines for life and morals, but also they're just human beings, and human beings are far from perfect. I really hope this isn't coming off mean or like uppity or like I'm looking down on fandoms or fan culture, because I'm not. I completely understand a parasocial relationship. Those are very valid, and for many people, they connect to the artist and their product in a very emotional, deep way for a reason. Something we hear all the time is so-and-so's music saved my life, and that is going to create a very intense connection to someone, even if you don't personally know them. Sorry about my little rant, but I feel like that was sort of important to say. Oh my God, you know what I just realized? I am sitting here talking to you about fan behavior and how I don't have any real super crazy connections to celebrities, as I have not only a Freddie Mercury figure behind me, but also a framed Freddie portrait aside of me, and I also believe that I was one of his cats in a past life, so...
Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I can admit when I'm wrong. Moving on to point 3. Did I even say what my point 2 was? And what we know now is only what's been brought to light. Imagine what these freaks are doing in the shadows. I might be the only one, I might be a sheep, but I don't want to know anymore. I know enough. I just expect that everyone's horrible, and I just think of it as a pleasant surprise if they turn out not to be. To wrap this very messy, ranty video up, do I believe that there are malicious, nasty people out there doing atrocious things to keep power or to gain power, and to gain fame or keep fame? Of course I do. But now I am going to put on my tinfoil crown. Has anyone ever considered, I'm sure they have, that the mainstream conspiracy theories that are out there, like the way the Illuminati is portrayed, are the ultimate distraction from what is really going on? Just saying. They could be shining a light that way onto behaviors that we think are really bad, but like not even close to the worst of what they've done. And we're so distracted by what's happening over here, what we can see, we're not even paying attention to what's happening in the dark. I told you I'm crazy. I'm not above a conspiracy theory at all. The 2000s Illuminati panic serves as a telling reflection of that era's anxieties and complexities amidst rapid technological changes and cultural shifts. This fascination with the Illuminati symbolized a societal attempt to find simple explanations for an increasingly complex world. Fueled by the internet's information overload and popular media's intriguing portrayals, the Illuminati became a compelling narrative for understanding unseen global forces. However, this period also highlights the importance of critical thinking and media literacy. While it's totally natural to seek explanations for societal changes, the Illuminati panic reminds us that in our quest for understanding, balancing curiosity with rational inquiry is crucial in navigating a world rich with information, but also rife with misinformation. Looking towards the future, the beliefs surrounding the Illuminati are likely to continue evolving because, the world isn't going to stop burning anytime soon, and will adapt yet again to the changing landscape of global events and technological advancements. And as we become increasingly interconnected through digital platforms, that spread of information and misinformation will only accelerate. The Illuminati as a concept may persist as a symbol for hidden power structures, reflecting ongoing public skepticism towards authority and elite institutions. However, there's also a growing awareness about the nature of conspiracy theories, driven by enhanced media literacy and a more critical approach to information consumption. This could lead to a more nuanced understanding of power dynamics and a gradual shift from sensationalist narratives to more grounded discussions. I know that the idea of having healthy, normal, grounded discussions can seem light years away, especially if you have recently scrolled Facebook or Instagram, really any social media platform. I know that is a very optimistic view to have, but I truly believe we're going to get there. And while the allure of the Illuminati as a mysterious puppeteer may endure in popular culture, its interpretation and impact are likely to be shaped by a society that is more informed, connected, and discerning than ever before.